So I'm not sure I'm going to have much exciting to update on this. I have been working, and at this point it's mostly just doing a lot of measuring to see what will go together and then adding the strips to make it fit. I'm trying to make these two pieces as one little section, and I want them to be the same size as the main Mariner's compass block here. So that's what I'm trying to go for, is that size. You see the empty spot up there where they were. And so I had to measure this and then figure out how much I needed to add, and I'll try to not make you dizzy here as I come back. So I just, kind of started adding things. Like this one, I wanted to add a bigger section, and I'm lazy. I already had pieces cut out that were 2.5 inches, but I realized I would need 3.5 inches, and I didn't want to cut that. So I had this strip and I put it between the two, and I thought that adds some extra color from the fabrics that were from the trip anyway, which I like. And then I kind of did the same thing with these. I had some really short pieces left over from other stuff that I did, and I thought it's kind of a waste not to use those. And I have some of these extra little snippets left, and I thought if I put some of those in there, then again, it just adds a little something to it. And I'd done the one, and then like, oh yeah, I need to do wider to make this actually come out to the 20 inches that the compass block is. So I'm going to put that together and make sure that that is actually the size I want, and then I'll work on the next section. And so I think pretty much my updates here will be maybe a little bit as I show, like, oh look, I'm making this section to fit that. And I still don't have a plan. I know I should sit down with graph paper and like sketch it all out, and I did roughly, but I haven't done it exactly. And I mean, that would probably be a better idea, and then I would know I have to cut a piece that's, an 1 3/4 inches by say 7.5 or whatever, but I'm just kind of winging it. So I'm too lazy to sit down and actually pencil it all out. So this is kind of growing organically. So we'll see how much we get done. Being a person that generally likes to have things planned out ahead, it's really different working on a project that I haven't penciled out and know what I'm doing and just kind of winging it. But I will admit, it's been kind of fun. Probably because it doesn't really matter. This quilt is going to be a really fun memory of all these wonderful shops that we visited and of our trip, even if it doesn't turn out well. So that kind of takes the pressure off it having to be fantastic. And I know that my husband is probably the least critical person of my craft. He always loves what I do, even when I don't. So I know he's going to be happy with it. So I think it's just been kind of fun to do something a little different than I normally would. So right now I'm going to work on making some little square and square, because I have a bigger gap over the next little block that I'm going to do. And so I thought these would be kind of fun to see how they fit in there. So that's what's going to be coming up next, and then we'll see how it fits. I'm not pinning these. I'm not even folding them over to match exact centers. I'm just eyeballing them. I know that these little squares are going to be floating in the middle of these oversized triangles anyway. So This is where the little dog ears being cut off is nice, because on this one, I don't have to worry about trying to be exact. I can just meet the corners up with the edges, and that should be right where it's supposed to be. Looks like a little pile of bats right now. I'll give these a quick press. There. And now we'll put those together, and that will be just a little tiny splash of color. Okay, I'm going to put them this way because I don't like the seams going the opposite direction. So those are kind of cute. Now let's go see how it fits. Now this will go over the top of that. There's that. Almost done for another section. Okay, so we have sections, that one's pretty much done. Other one's coming along. You can start seeing how it's going to make sections. Just keep plugging away.